Hello people of the verse and welcome to the channels. The Eradicator here, coming to you with the latest news regarding Star Citizen, and we're going to get started right now with the free fly. There's a free fly event that just started today, and it also comes with packages, game packages for new players which have a discount. It's not a big discount, but nevertheless still is a discount, right? So that's already that taken. You can start with an Aurora starter pack for $40 instead of $45, $40.50, sorry. Or you can get a Mustang as well for $40.50 instead of $45. Now those two are a little bit different. I would say the Mustang is perhaps a little bit better if you want to do combat, versus the Aurora would allow you to just be your daily flyer, right? If you want to get a little bit more rowdy in the verse, you know, with some extra action, maybe you want to spend a little bit more cash, and that's where the Arrow starter package comes here at $81 instead of $90. Now then, of course, that's not really starter, right, because it's obviously almost twice the price. Or if you want to do some serious trading from the get-go, then you can get the Freelancer starter pack at starter pack at $112.50 instead of $125. And also, if you want to get 5,000 Alpha UEC in your bank account in the verse, which is quite useful if you want to buy some little upgrades, if you want to buy some armor or guns, then you can also get the referral code in the description down below and put it when you create your account. That's always good to start with free money in the game. Alright guys, well that's not it, because we've also have a 3.12 Postmortem posted on RSI as well. I'll put the link in the description down below if you want to read the whole thing. It's pretty long, but before we move on guys, let's not forget that this month I've got a giveaway. I am giving away a Retaliator bomber with lifetime insurance. All you have to do to get yourself winning is to be a subscriber of this channel and answer the giveaway question I will be asking throughout the video. So stay alert for that one. Good luck out there, and now let's start that video. So first, they start with the vehicle team, and especially they're talking about how players now have the choice to use different types of countermeasures and how countermeasures have been reworked. They're pretty happy with that, but they did notice that there were some kind of odd behaviors, though, especially when it comes to AI, so they're going to work on that. Here, John Crew also mentioned the vehicle entry identification, which apparently was, according to him, a much requested quality of life feature. I don't know about this, guys. Let me know in the chat down there if for you this was a requested quality of life feature. Personally, I didn't care about it. This is not something that I wanted, but I suppose that if you are a new player, maybe this is something that you need. I'd like to know what you guys think about that. And they also did say that the Xperia Talon and Talon Shrike are working pretty well as intended, but sometimes there were some weird problems with the hard surface shader, which caused, for example, some kind of bug that we saw in the past. You know, that very big flash of light that was caused when a Talon was going into content drive. That was really weird, right? But overall, pretty satisfied with the vehicle team. Then they went to the US Persistent Universe team, and very strangely, they talk about the IAE, the International Aerospace Expo, which is not from 3.12, it's from 3.11. So I really don't know why this is even in the Postmortem, but nevertheless it is still there. But I will not be talking about it because it's 3.11, it's not 3.12. Next we'll talk about the reputation system, and this one is a very interesting one here. They're overall very happy with how it works. The good news is that what we learned from this Postmortem is that now reputation gains can be preserved between patches, which according to many is a great thing for players, and I totally agree. It was a bit annoying between patches to have to go over the reputation system all over again, to do all the grinding with Miles Eckhart, all the grinding with all the various bounty hunting guilds, you know, starting from low risk target to extreme risk targets. Now, between patches, if you've already reached the top tier, you will stay at the top tier, and that is fantastic. The one thing that they said didn't go as well, of course, is that they didn't have the desired UI changes that we saw in the last episode of Star Citizen. It is going to be coming with either Q1 or Q2 this year, and it will also include all types of missions, not just bounty hunting. That is also going to be very exciting. I think that we should also be expecting a couple of extra missions from, for example, Constantine or Clovis, because right now they're always the same missions. That doesn't make any sense to have a reputation system if you improve your reputation, but you keep having the same mission over and over again. Next, Rob Renninger, which is the lead system designer for the US Persistent Universe product owner, is talking about how the front end is being converted to building blocks. For example, we have in a picture of the refinery UI. You have to remember that everything was originally built off the Cry engine, which was then heavily modified, which is now dubbed the Star engine. And for the Star engine, creating those new UIs, those new interactions between the player and the game, there is the system called building blocks. They have to convert everything from the old CryEngine editor tool to new building block system, and that is difficult. It takes some time. That's basically what they're talking. Moving on down there to the design team, talking about AI here. The AI has been much smarter with 3.12 because they can now intercept torpedoes. They can also use different types of fire modes, and they should have better accuracy when it comes to convergence. And on top of that, capital ships should have also better behaviors too. Here, who is the responsible for that here? It's Todd Pepe. Todd Pepe is explaining to us that everything depends on the server tick rate. If the server is running smoothly, then the AI is working better. If the server is not running that well, then the AI is going to be pretty dumb and not work as intended, which will make everything all too easy for players. So same old, right? We're not learning that much here. Everything depends on server improvements, and as servers are going to get better performance in the future, then the AI is going to get increasingly dangerous. But obviously, right, it's not always the case, as you could experience perhaps during the Genothreat event. Now, the last thing that Todd Pepe is mentioning is regarding mining and refining. They did say that they're not happy right now with how refining is based, and that they are going to have more balance in the future. He also says that there should be some extra fine-tuning regarding the mining UI refactor to make it a little bit more visible for players. Now let's move on to core gameplay, and here, very interestingly here, Richard Trier did mention that in the future there will be more missions that will integrate all of the different features that are integrated, thinking for example of the tractor beam. Right now there aren't really any missions that are specifically designed for the tractor beam, but in the future, when they're going to implement new types of gameplay mechanics, they will also make sure that there will be some bespoke missions for those new types of gameplay. Yeah, so that's going to be exciting. We definitely need more variety and more types of missions in the verse to, you know, make it to give a little bit of something for everybody out there. Next, Ian Leyland talks about the standard system improvements and polish, and they're very happy with the way that the planets have been repainted in Star Citizen 3.12, especially the balance between temperature and actual biomes is much more realistic. They're also very happy with the way that some of the biome features accumulate over time. For example, if you are on an area on Daymar, which is sandy and windy at the same time, the sand is going to accumulate, whereas if you are on Macrotech, the area, an area where it's snowing, then the snow will also accumulate to a certain extent, of course, right? But nevertheless, that is still a very nice touch that does add realism and also immersion too. And when it comes to spacescaping, they're also very happy with how the clouds look, but they would like also to they're not very happy with how sometimes the lightning reflects the whole ambience, and they also think that there could be some improvement, some performance improvements down there in the future. They also said that they would like to encourage risk and reward gameplay inside those gas clouds with the addition of lightning, radiation, temperature ranges, and also this is going to change how flight is going to handle as well. So very exciting here for those new clouds that are going to come in the future with those elements of danger. Hopefully the risk will be worth the reward. And last, talking about graphics, now they are continuing transitioning to Gen 12, and maybe one of the biggest improvements with graphics is that now we can see players from over 1,000 meters, whereas in the past it was just a mere few hundred meters away. So that is already fantastic, especially if you're looking at sniping people, right? That's where we had this new technology, the player zeroing, right? Because this allowed us to use snipers at a much longer distance. This was not possible because the technology just wasn't there. Now it is the case. They've also fixed dozens of graphical bugs that cause sometimes climb crashes. So that is of course not fantastic. That is also fixed, and as far as I can tell, Star Citizen Alpha 3.12, especially since the Geno threat event, has been extremely stable for me, and I can testify they've been doing a great work there too. It's pretty much it. There are a couple of other details, still interesting probably, but I'll let you guys check it out if you want to check out for yourself what they're talking about. Network tag, desync, or connection flow, right? Maybe if that is your kind of jazz, then of course be my guest, and maybe you can even comment on that in the comments section down below. Speaking of that, guys, speaking of the comment section, it is now time for the giveaway question. And what has been your favorite improvement for Star Citizen Alpha 3.12? There's been quite a lot, of course, on my end. I would say that what I liked the most was how planets have been repainted and how they look right now. I think that they were looking really nice going from above, from orbit to the surface. That transition looks just phenomenal in my opinion, and when you have especially those reflections on ice, especially going to Lyria or Yela, these are my favorite spots. I like Clio as well very much too. I think that you can have some fantastic views and sceneries, and that's also what Star Citizen is, right? Just enjoying wherever you are. People call it the screenshot simulator. Well, there may be some truth to that as well. That's all for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, don't forget to please hit the subscribe button, the like button if you like this kind of content. We'll see you tomorrow for more Star Citizen content. This is the Eradicator. I'll see you guys later. This video is brought to you by the people who support this channel on Patreon and via the join button as well. Supporters of the channel get access to lots of cool perks, such as access to my private Discord, your question answered in the show, you get to know when I'm going to play, and also you get to have a chance to influence the editorial line of the channel. Any help is appreciated, starts at just $1 a month. Thank you very much for watching. This is the Eradicator, and I'll see you guys later.